Let me ask you something. You go to work, you get paid, and somehow, by the end of the month, you have nothing to show for it. No savings, no investments, just the same bank balance you started with, maybe worse. Here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. It's not because you don't earn enough. Most people think they have an income problem. They think if they just made an extra $1,000 a month, the stress would vanish. But you can't out-earn a leak in your bucket. There are 8 specific, toxic habits, some of which feel completely normal in today's culture, that are systematically dismantling your wealth before you even get a chance to build it. If you have even 2 of these, you're running a race with a 50-pound vest on. Today, we are stripping away the financial advice that's actually keeping you broke. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to plug these leaks and understand the psychological trapdoors the consumer economy has set for you. Stay with me, because habit number 5 is the one that keeps people broke for decades. Habit number 1, the lifestyle creep trap. Habit number 1 is the most dangerous because it feels like a reward. You get a promotion, you get a $5,000 raise. Suddenly, that 2018 Honda doesn't feel premium enough. You upgrade the car, move into a nicer apartment, start ordering the expensive appetizers. Here's the problem. Your expenses rise exactly in tandem with your income. Your wealth gap, the difference between what you earn and what you spend, stays at 0. You're not getting ahead. You're just running the same race in nicer shoes. The fix. The 50% rule. Every time you get a raise, you're allowed to spend 50% of the increase on your lifestyle. The other 50% goes straight into investments. You get to enjoy your success, and your future self actually benefits from it. Habit number 2, using credit as an extension of income. We've been conditioned to treat credit cards as backup money. This is toxic. If you carry a balance, you're not just paying for the item. You're paying a stupidity tag, 20% to 29% interest. Think about that. It makes 0 sense to invest in a stock market returning 10% while paying a bank 25%. Here's the part nobody says out loud. You are literally subsidizing the rewards points of wealthy people who pay their bills on time. The fix. Treat your credit card like a debit card. If the money isn't in your checking account right now, you can't afford it. Period. Full stop. Habit number 3. The "I'll start later" delusion. This is the silent killer. The belief that you'll have more extra money to invest when you're 35, or 40, or 50. Wealth isn't built with timing. It's built with time. Here's the math. If you invest $500 a month starting at age 25, at a 7% return, you'll have roughly $1.2 million by age 65. And wait just 10 years. Start at 35, and you end up with around $560,000. Same habit, same discipline. A 10-year delay cost you over $500,000. And here's the thing people always say: I'll start when I have more money. But you don't need more money. You need to get the machinery of compound interest moving. The fix. Invest something, anything, today, even $20. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is right now. Habit number 4. Emotional spending, the retail therapy lie. We've all done it. Bad day at work, so you buy a new pair of shoes, a gadget, something to get that hit of dopamine. Here's the reality. Retail therapy is a temporary chemical band-aid for a structural emotional problem. The high lasts about 20 minutes. The debt lasts 24 months. You're trading long-term freedom for a short-term distraction. And the entire retail industry, every push notification, and every limited time offer, every one-click checkout, is engineered specifically to catch you in that vulnerable moment. The fix. The 72-hour rule. Any non-essential purchase, you must wait 72 hours before buying. write it down, walk away. Most of the time, the dopamine fades and the rational brain kicks in. If you still want it after 72 hours, it might actually be worth it. Habit number 5, being house poor or car rich. This is the middle class trap, and this is the one I promised you. A society tells you that as soon as you have a decent job, you should buy the biggest house the bank will lend you and lease the luxury SUV to park in the driveway. It looks like success from the outside. But if 40% of your take-home is going to a mortgage and another 15% to a car note, you are one job loss away from total collapse. Your house and your car are your biggest liabilities, not assets. The fix. The 28-36 rule. Total housing costs should never exceed 28% of your gross income. Total debt payments shouldn't exceed 36%. If you're above those numbers, you're not living the dream. You're a servant to your bank. Habit number 6, ignoring the invisible leaks. Most people know their rent. Very few people know what they actually spend every month in total. The $15 streaming service you haven't opened in 3 months, the $5 delivery fee on a $12 burrito, the premium cloud storage you don't use, the gym membership from a resolution you forgot you made. Individually, barely noticeable. Collectively, that's a $400 to $500 a month leak, money quietly bleeding out of your account while you sleep. The fix. The monthly financial audit. Once a month, open your banking app and go through every single transaction from the last 30 days. If a service didn't bring you real joy or real utility, cancel it immediately. No guilt, no hesitation. Habit number 7, surrounding yourself with spendthrifts. Jim Rohn said you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And nowhere is that more financially dangerous than in your social circle. If your friend group's idea of fun is expensive brunches, high-end clubs, and weekend shopping trips, you will spend money just to maintain your social status. It's not peer pressure. It's something quieter and more powerful than that. It's the price of belonging. But here's the secret nobody's telling you. The Joneses are broke and stressed. The fix. You don't need new friends. You need financial boundaries. Be the person who isn't afraid to say, "That's not in my budget right now," or "Let's do a potluck instead of a $100 dinner." Real friends respect it. And the ones who don't? That tells you something important. Habit number 8, keeping everything in cash. Cash is trash. Finally, the most rational-sounding toxic habit of all, keeping everything in a savings account because you're scared of the stock market. Here's what's actually happening. Inflation is quietly eating your purchasing power every single year. If your money is sitting in a standard savings account, earning 0.5% while inflation is running at 3% to 4%, you are guaranteed to lose money every single year. Doing nothing isn't safe. It just feels safe. The fix, education. The market isn't gambling. It's owning a fractional piece of the global economy. You don't need to pick stocks. Start with low-cost index funds. Set it up once, automate contributions, and let your money work as hard for you as you work for it. Financial freedom isn't about how much you make. It's about how much you keep and how hard that money works. If you recognized yourself in any of these eight habits, don't feel guilty, feel empowered. You just identified the exact holes in your boat. Now you know exactly where to start plugging them. Pick one habit, just one. Start there this week. Because the gap between where you are and where you want to be isn't income, it's decisions. If you're ready to start investing, but don't know where to put your first $1,000, watch this video next. I break down my exact lazy investor portfolio that anyone can set up in under 30 minutes. Stop spending, start building. I'll see you in the next one.